Welcome to The Informant, the podcast that talks about anything and everything. We cover from sports, religion, politics, social, you name it. I'm your host as ever, Doc McLeod. So without any further ado, let's delve right into it. Good day, my good people. I hope I find you well. Believe me, I'm having a splendid day. Right, let's get right into the issue so that I explain certain things. I said to people, watch the 4 words. Most people got confused about it. Most of the time, I don't read through the comments. I haven't got time for that because I'm not coming here to try and justify 1 or 2 things. I'm just coming here on the Informant channel to give you information. That's why you see I don't engage people on this channel or to invite people to talk to on this channel. I am not a blogger. I'm just a channel, a podcast that gives you truth. So what I give you, whether it's what you want to hear or what you don't want to hear, it does not sway it from being the truth. I said watch out for the four letters that I said. Now let's go right straight into the issue and then I explain to you. If you look at it, I wrote about it. I think on the 4th in March, let me say in March, I can't remember the date, but in March 2024, not March of this year, because we are now in November. So March there, we are talking of almost close to 9-10 months back. But I'm talking about even a year before, which is March of 2024. I wrote about it and I said, what's going to happen? Was it 2024 if not 2023? I think it was 2023. Yeah, I think it was March of 2023. Or March 2024, I'm not so sure. But anyway, it's more than a year ago I wrote about it. When I spoke about a man who's going to be elevated to become the ZDF commander, I wrote it in a language that most people did not understand exactly what I wrote. But now when I explain it, you are going to see that, right, this is the person for real. I said 3 man. 3 man, 3 the number and MAN, those are the 4 I was giving you. I said, just make sure that you keep to the 4 letters. That's what I said to you guys. Reason I did not write the full name the way you understand it. It's because this is politics that's unraveling here. You cannot let out information and plans before they are outlaid. Otherwise, it's like you are selling out a secret. Because whenever the president anoints or appoints somebody to a position, he takes his time, uses his own intelligence, so that he puts the right person that he wants. So if I say out the names, it will be like I'm on the opposition side fighting against what he is planning. I spoke about the 3 man. 3 means matatu. That's what it means. That's why I wrote 3 man. The person, the man of 3, who is the man of matatu. So I wrote 3 man and I put it in brackets and I pasted it there. Reason I did that because I knew it was spiritual. I had picked that it was General Matatu who was going to be instilled as the commander of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces. So when you follow the dream now, it makes sense to you from start to finish. The players are the real players. Look at it very closely. You will see. There is one challenge that we are having. The people that are coming onto podcasts, they are coming expecting some certain news. That's why you see, even if you post anything to do with football, people are not interested in commenting. Post anything to do with church, people are not interested in posting. But put a heading that throws people to something, you've got all the attention. Unfortunately, this is not an entertainment channel. This is a channel for information. General Matatu installed as the commander of the ZDF, period. That's the 4 letters if you look at it. So the 3 man, the 3 Matatu, 3, 1, 2, 3. Poshi piri tatu, Matatu. That's what it means. I write it the way I write it so that I will explain it myself. That's why I say just remember the 4. Many people will say, oh, we didn't see the 4. We didn't see the 4 letters that you were saying. There they are. Don't rush to say things. The way we write things is to make sure that it will be easy to interpret to people. This, I saw it more than 2 years ago, that General Matatu was going to be the commander of the ZDF. So whenever he was doing whatever he was doing, you just continue to watch. At times you follow this wave, but you've got to know that at the final end, it's going to be the man of Matatu is going to be put in as the commander of ZDF. Let me say this. In the prophetic ministry, I've never said anything to do with the spiritual side. Most people just hear that this man is an apostle and they're always shouting and whatever, we are laughing. If I say something in the spiritual, most people will be lost. But it's always good if I tell you truth so that you be guided, especially to people that are too spiritual to things. In Zimbabwe, we have got renowned prophets. Whether you like them or you don't, it does not disqualify them from being prophets. There's Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa, there's Prophet Hubert Angel, there's Prophet Ed Branson, there's Prophet Passion. Let me mention just those 4. When they say things, don't take it for granted. When they say things, don't take it lightly. They might not be your cup of coffee, but those people, what they say most of the time is accurate. There's a time they do gimmicks. There's a time they play things. There's a time they can lie 1 or 2. It takes people who are spiritual, who sees in and through them as well, that this one is gimmick, this one is a lie. But at times you don't have the license to comment on certain things. But one thing I can confirm, those people, they see in the spirit. But unfortunately, here is the position that's making some people to be in pain every day. ZANU-PF, under the leadership of His Excellency Emmerson Mnangagwa, they are strategists. What they did is they made sure that they accommodated every prophet who is valid and valued within the nation of Zimbabwe. And they made sure that they drew them closer and pushed them to the assignment of just praying for the leadership. What does it mean? Other people will say they were captured. I'll put it in quotes. Reason they did that, it's because they know if these people continue to utter certain things, they will unsettle and they will reveal the secret to the plans of everything that we are putting together. So having them close, it's sort of like shutting them up, quietening them so that they don't reveal certain things to the people. Just imagine if these prophets were not sort of like in support of ZANU-PF or standing with the president. A lot of things pertaining the plans of the president and what he expects would have been let out every day, and it will make him to be uneasy. It will disturb all his plans. So basically, what he managed to do was to make sure that he got all of them to be focused to the assignment of praying for the leadership of the nation. There are some people who say they've given prophecies. I want to give you a good example so that people follow on these things, so that you don't get confused when the prophetic ministry is being delivered by the people who are prophets. In the prophetic ministry, when you look at somebody, just looking at them, spiritually, you can tell the gift of God that's in them. If they're a prophet, if they've got the prophetic gift, you can tell that there's the prophetic gift in this person. To those who don't understand, Mukayenda Kumasowe, the white garment church, the minute you get Pamasowe as a visitor, straight away they will pick that Pashika Munwemwe Panu Patir. They can go to the same Chana Nezrikanya, Mubatsirike, so that Msawan say Asha was not going to Asha. The minute you get Pamasowe, usina kutombopfeka garments wambobisawo bhutsu zvavanoita zviya zviya, they can tell straight away kuti pane munhu wemweya asvika panapa. This kana usina kumbobvira ukaenda kumasowo ukaenda, you are going to experience it. Kana paine mapostori anoita follow on this channel, they can tell you that what is telling you this man is correct. Unotooneka kuti pane munhu wemweya asvika. So kumasowo zvinooneka. If you go kune vanoita zvechibhoyi, uchingosvika chete pavari vaakutanga kuita zvemashavi zvavo zviya zvekupira ndzimu yavo nekuita zvechivanhu chavo, vanotozviona kuti this person pamusoro pako pane dare, kureva kuti vari kuzviona kuti pane chiri mauri, ndo chinonzi dare kuchibhoyi. Kumasowe zvonzi pane ngirozi iri pamusoro pako, kana kuti pane chipo chigere pamuri baba chechiprofita. So when people are coming out giving the prophetic ministry, giving and operating in the prophetic ministry, they are giving you hidden oracles just for you to understand and to make sure that they open up to the things that you need to be guided through or be led spiritually. Then pane vamwe vanozouyawo, tine matitle akawanda, kune mapostora, kune maprofeti, kune maevangelisti, kune mapasta, kune mafundisi. We are all there in that ministry. But varipo vamwe vanozouya, maybe because they made a name, ouya opa prophecy. Iwewe wakatarisa as a man of God, wakatarisa unasa kuti hapana kana gift of prophecy apa. Uyu munhu atongoshandisawo brain dzake nemacalculation akewo. That's why I say, if you are to prophesy, make sure you say either the name, the time, the date. The minute you do that, urubatsira vasingaone avo who are just believing in men of God, that this person spiritual is one to follow when it comes to utterances of the Spirit. And ina ndinoda kavengana naye, indinowirirana nemunhu wese. I can tell you that honestly, ukaona munhu andivenga ina ari ministry angaitorwara nebrain. I'm one person without enemies, and I don't intend to have one. But where truth be told, I will tell you. Don't buy a good example. Yemunhu anenge kana kuti Apostle Talent Chiwenga. He is a word orator. He is a preacher of the gospel, but he's not a prophet. Not even a trace of prophecy in him. No, zero. Mark my word. But when he does calculations, because he is speaking against maybe the regime that you don't like, he's tending to believe in what he's saying is prophetic. It's not prophetic. I love him from the bottom of my heart. I like him. I love him because of his ministry. Although at times he says it against sensitive people, he has since endangered his life through doing that, and he has made and built his ministry through that. What made him popular during his days most of the time was to make sure that he's speaking against the sitting regime and also supporting the opposition. But you will see that with time, then at the end of the day, even his tone has changed. But when it comes to say, I'm not one who wants to create enemies, but it's not his line of ministry. Word ministration, that's his line of ministry. Uchida chiprofita enda kuna Makandio. Uchida chiprofita enda kuna Hubert. Uchida chiprofita enda kuna Passion. Uchida chiprofita enda kuna Ed Brownson. Those fondo kutaura kuti vanoprofita vana. Maprofita vanotaura kuti wakatarisa unotochiona chipo chacho. Even to the nation they have proved that they can prophesy. So all those people who are cream in the prophetic, ZANU-PF has already embraced them. So they cannot utter anything else outside of the cage. They will disturb the plan. So basically, the assignment is to be pushed just to pray for leadership. Dai kuri kunzi ku opposition kune vanhu vanoputika nechiprofita chakadai manje ichi. Then you would know that right, we are standing guided by these people. The sitting president anotobva vatora vanhu ivavo vanoti maprofita vakabata, kunganga vakabata, handiti mazvona. Saka kwese uku ndive kubvunzira vafambe nechinhuwanika vakuru vaya vanofamba nezvinhu zvakawanda, because it comes with his position to accommodate every person wanofunga kuti anonzwa either kubva kuna Mwari, kubva kumashavi, kubva kupi, vanomuda munhu wese because they believe it helps to protect their crown. So nyaya iripo ndeyekuti as we speak right now, outside of that, vamwe vese kungoputikawo zvavo kutry. Varipo vamwe maprophets vanogona atinoti ma-individual prophecies ekuti ukaenda iwewe vanokurwerawo nyaya dzako vachikubatsira vachidaro variko, handina kuti hakusisina maprophets. But when it comes to top of the cream, charismatic prophets, those four, mark my word, vanofamba. So izvozvo ndo zviri kuleka kuopposition. Opposition ikawana vanoidaro manje inobuildika yofamba yoenda kumberi, but yakanonoka yakatorerwa. I want to believe at one point some of these prophets andatotaura ipapa, they used to be in the opposition, but they were not given the platform and floor to operate freely. But the sitting president has managed to accommodate them, encompass them, and brooded upon them, so that he be the one guided by their utterances. Ndosaka muchiona kuti musvike munzwe nyaya nechokwadi zvinonetsa, because vechokwadi vacho chaicho vanotaura chokwadi vanoona zvinogona kunge zvinhu zvamusiri kuda imini, they are already embraced away from it. So basically takataura tikati right, amatatu vari kupinda, saka tasvika patinoti pa the climax of the whole case now, the whole situation. What's next? Ndo pamakaona takanyora futi kuti we now know the next president. Pane zvaakuitika izvi. I think I wrote about it last year, because the dots are adding up and they are all coming to the same. It means to say uri kutoziva kuti right from here now, this is now what's going to happen. Haukwanisi kuzvitaura because no disturb system yevanhu. This is what the current best Zimbabwean prophets are supposed to have been doing. But the sitting president, using his intelligence, he has managed to embrace them. So you can't help to hear the truth. Because they are not saying what you want to hear. Murukudai mimi mnachauya vanhu especially pamutaura vari kurwadzirwa. Murukuda mnachauya panapa kutaura kuti Nelson Chamisa ndiye ari kuzopinda. Handizoti denga racho ramunemanzwa nderipi. Vamwe vakabhuya zvikanzi this is how he's going to get in, this is what's going to turn, this is what is going to... No. I wrote about Nelson Chamisa. Ndikati apana kwaari kuenda, because all roads are closed. And for sure, if you look at it, akangomira vanhu haasomboziva kuti ari kubva nekupa achida kana kuti achiri kuda zvepolitics here, achadi zvepolitics here, ari kuda kuzofoma party here, azofoma neparty here. I wrote about it 2 years ago kuti Nelson Chamisa, I don't see him going anywhere. Road 1, 2, 3 hakuna kana yakavhurika kwaari. I'm seeing him stuck in one place, and this is going to happen. At that point in time, never told Ropenga. But time qualifies everything. Time has since passed. That prophetic now is qualified. Kuti vanhu vanoti aichi chokwadi ichi chakataurwa ichi. Ndosaka muri kushaya kuti ari kufamba nekupi, because there's not any one road that he can use. Ari kuchengeta masikireti ake. Politics haidi kunyanya kuchengeta masikireti. Politics inoda kuchishanda nevanhu vakawanda vachikuitira basa. Ndosaka politics inoita ma-structures. That's why you see it's very difficult for people to outplay ZANU-PF, because ZANU-PF has got structures. ZANU-PF has got people that connect you at different levels, from the grassroots right up to the top. But ZANU-PF, for as long as you putika, they will come to you, they will ask you, they will accommodate you, they will invite you. You can even knock on their doors, they will open. Azviitike manje kuchi ku opposition, because opposition has never had such people close to them to guide them. Right now it's going to be very difficult kutamba nezano. Onzo matata time yachetokwana, general yazokwana yakadai. Zvese zvinenge zvichionekwa ndo basa rechiprofita, ndo basa ren'anga iroro, ndo basa revanhu ivavo vanoona whether uri kuenda nekumudzimu, whether uri kuenda kuna Mwari, but kuona ikoko ndo kuri kudiwa in that position of the leader. Saka varipo vacho vese, they are encompassed, they are enclosed, and they are busy praying for the leadership of the country, from the president, from the ministers, from the councillors, from every person who's a leader. But basa church nevanhu vaMwari ndere kunamatira ma-leaders iyayo. We don't have to take sides, we just have to tell truth as it is. So unfortunately, to those who don't like what's happening right now, this is the current position. Amatatu vapo. Then we are now going to the climax of the issue. Wait and see now what's going to happen. I told you, something is now going to happen from thence on. So once again, I say congratulations to the 3-man, Amatatu, the man himself. He is now the ZDF commander, and from there on, we'll be giving you more insights pertaining to this. Usually, I don't come here to talk about the spiritual side. I just want to talk about politics and give you the points. Hey, makazoposa makati. Unfortunately, you don't know me. And the ports of UK. And the ports, thank you very much for watching and have a good day.